Okay, and let's go ahead and get started. Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharkinbear, and welcome to the channel where today we're going to be playing Army of Ruin. Now, in the time that I haven't been able to record the longer videos, I've actually been spending my time in small spurts playing several Bullet Heaven and Bullet Hell type games. I figured if I've been spending so much time playing these games, maybe I should also be showcasing them here on the channel, just in case people out there like me find these games to be rather fun just because of their short brevity in nature, their 30-minute get in, get out type of gameplay loops. And then, you know, just I've really been digging this formula. It's kind of lackluster for some people, but for me it's enough to dive in with complexity, with upgrades and unlocks and synergies and stuff like that. And one of my favorite ones so far here has been Army of Ruin, which is still constantly being updated. This game did receive an update, I want to say last week, adding a couple new characters. So for the point of the video, and for people who may have already known about Army of Ruin, I'm going to be playing one of the new characters in the game on the Forsaken Glacier map on the third hardest difficulty, or Glacier 3, I guess. It's not the third hardest difficulty, it's just like level 3. These maps, this mission goes on for about 20 minutes, and right now I'm looking to complete this last objective for earning 4,000 gold with one of the weapons, the homemade explosives. One of the recent patch notes hopefully says that if there is a item needed for a challenge, that the game will give it double priority as far as making it appear in the match, so that way you guarantee to give it. Whereas before it was kind of hard. It was just kind of RNG whether or not you'd even get it at all. So you can play the same map over and over again and not get what you need. So we're going to jump on into this. I'm also going to be using one of the newer characters that was added in the last update. It was Neptune and Midas, which also brought a couple of new weapons. Midas gets the living paintbrush, and Neptune gets the ink geyser. I actually really like the ink geyser. But we're going to go to living paintbrush because I don't think I've seen the leveled up version of this yet, and I have seen ink geyser. Midas has an activatable ability that will kill 5 enemies and turn into coins, and he also gets extra money. And when picking up money, temporary fire rate boosted 10% every 5 levels up to 10 times. And then, of course, his his natural ability comes with his living paintbrush, a short range attack covering a wide area. And it is fairly wide and very strong. It's got some knockback, so let's jump into it, see if we can get homemade explosives and get our 4,000 gold in 20 minutes. I feel like that's fairly easy to do. So there is living paintbrush. You can tell at the top there, it is got a little timer or cooldown, lets you know when it's getting ready to be hit. And right here, we're just going to be leveling stuff up. Oh, and there goes our homemade explosives. Let's go ahead and grab that. Homemade explosives basically drops out explosives just like we see there. We're going to go ahead and pick up living paintbrush. And if you notice over here on the right side, it says weapon evolution. It's got little elemental symbols. As we go, we have the ability to get these trinkets over here. And each trinket has an element tied to it. We can carry 6 trinkets and 6 weapons at our current level. Once I level up a weapon, like this would be level 2, all the way to 5, and then we have trinkets of the corresponding elements over there on the weapon evolution chart, then we are able to evolve it into its final form, a much stronger version of these things. Since we do not have the option that we need, I'm going to go ahead and take the level 2 version of living paintbrush. There's more damage, of course. Anything here? Nope, we don't need any ice just yet. So I'm going to go ahead and take level 3. That's going to add another stroke onto the living paintbrush. All things considered, super easy. Oh look, we finally got one of the new weapons. This is the only weapon I have yet to unlock in the game. I got it in the last mission. The Pirate Cutlass. This is like the final weapon you would unlock, and it basically has fixated cutlasses around me. Like that. At a fairly good distance, I gotta say. We'll go ahead and do another one of this. Make those AoEs just slightly bigger. I actually like the distance on those. We don't have anything that rotates us around from that far away. Oh, and now we have our first sun trinket. +1 projectile and 80% damage once fully maximized. So whenever I get the Forbidden Sword to +5, it will give all of my items that have an additional projectile or have projectiles an additional projectile add-on. So these cutlasses right now, they're currently, I think, what was it, 5 floating around me? So there'll be 6 whenever I do that. And on my swings on my paintbrush, there'll be another swing. probably one of the better trinkets in the game. Trinkets as a whole also got a buff. Then we also have Explosive Blast. Defeated enemies have 20% chance of exploding on death, dealing 20 damage to nearby enemies. Cooldown 5 seconds. We do need that for the homemade explosive, so we're going to go ahead and take that now. So we have like half the synergy that we need for half our weapons that we currently have. I'm going to work my way to the left over here. As you can see on the left side border of this map, we have a little orange star symbol as well as a red skull symbol. Okay, so Raven's Wing is here. I'm actually going to banish that. I'm not a big fan of that one. But I am actually a fan of Bronze Starfish. Bronze Starfish is a really good weapon. It doesn't use any of the synergies we currently have right now, but it's just a really, really good one. It just throws ninja stars that are also starfish all over the place, and they bounce off of walls. Oh, we picked up a book, so now we are like having triple speed on our abilities for a limited time. I'm really not using our activated ability enough. There we go. We'll use that. Uh-oh. I'll let that guy hit me a couple times. Jade Wand. We've also not seen the upgraded version of this. This is also one of the newer wands who is added. So go ahead and take that one. Our elemental spread right here is kind of weird. I don't think we're going to have any, that big of a time or big of a trouble trying to get through this. Oh, it looks like we dropped it. Something dropped a chest over here to the left. Living paintbrush. So we need to still pick up wind, moon, leaf, and ice. Okay, so we have enough spots. We don't need to be picking up any other elemental things, lest we not being able to evolve anything else. So if we pick up another weapon, we need to make sure it's of one of the corresponding elements that we need for the other previous weapons. Because I want to be able to say that I can evolve all my current weapons minus the cutlass, because you have to complete a mission first in order to get the cutlass. There's our moon, 20% damage and 20% fire rate when health is below 50%. I'm gonna be honest, it's been a very long time since this game has put me at less than 50% health. So I don't believe that's gonna happen, but it's still a nice tool to have. Another chest dropped over to their left. Hopefully we'll head back left after we kill this enemy over here. We do need ice, and we do need wind, so we'll go ahead and take magic staff, and we will no longer have to worry about picking up any other weapons. These chests should give me... Oh wow, we got 3 upgrades in one. Nice. Let's go kill out this target over here. Turn some enemies into coins. Again, remember our overall goal here is to actually get 4,000 coins in this mission in order to complete the objective here. So we want to try to hit 4,000 coins before the 20-minute mark. We're already about 3 minutes in, and we have close to 1,000, so I see this as being extremely obtainable. Here is our ice. This one will freeze targets every so often after we've picked up so many experience crystals. So that just bodes well for us. We'll go ahead and try to lure this guy into all of our explosives. Alright, there we get that. We'll collect this chest. Now, it also, to point out, you need to try to level up your things as quick as possible, because the only way to evolve your weapons after you max level and have all the requirements is to actually also get them to fall from a boss chest. You can't just level up a thing past 5. If there are no more elites that spawn on the map, then you pretty much have lost your chance to level that weapon up. And after a specific amount of time, the elites stop spawning. So, and that's usually just closer to when the final boss shows up at the 20-minute mark on this map. Now you could get lucky and a random chest could fall, definitely possible, but it has not been my favor. I wonder if I could just keep this sword on him. This sword looks like it's doing legitimate damage. This little cutlass is like spinning on him. Spin to win. And I'm hoping that our next leap to this right so we can pass by that chest again. It is not, but we got 20 minutes. I'm heading back. I'm getting that free chest. I'm hoping we can get the living paintbrush to level 5, as well as get the... What do we need for... Oh. Let's see. We still need wind. We need a earthy type thing. You know what? Let's re-roll. I want to see if I can get lucky enough to get our paintbrush to 5, because if we get to that chest, it'll automatically evolve what we have. Come on. I'm being greedy. I know I am. 15%. You know what? Screw it. No, we're not. We're just going to take the speed. I don't want to use all of my rerolls. This wasn't meant to happen. I was just really, really hoping for either. Oh man, it's a good thing we're coming this way, because there was a new location that spawned over here, and it is actually a charm location, which is also a new objective they added to the game. Periodically throughout the game, I believe in the 20-minute matches, you get 3 of them to spawn. You have these locations that you have to defend for a limited amount of time. Once you do, oh, XP Gathering Orb, nice. You get the ability to collect a charm. It's basically a passive that they add onto your character, and they're fairly great. And now, we officially have all of our trinkets that we need. I chose not to level up the starfish to 5 on purpose, because I was really hoping that we could get the paintbrush to 5 first and evolve that one first. I didn't really want to have to choose between one or the other. So here's our charm. We get 3 options. And the cool thing about charms in this game is that you pick one of 3 passes, but if you have the corresponding elements to the passes, it asks you to have 3 elements, then you can actually double the bonus from said passive. So let's see what we get here. Looks like we have additional luck, attack size, and thorns. Thorns being if you get hurt, enemy gets hurt too. Attack size, size of the attack, and luck. Well, we have the corresponding elements for growth and retribution. I don't plan on getting hit a lot, but I would like that 60% additional attack size. That sounds good. And we're moving fairly quick. Plus we got boots that give us 15%, and we're only going to get faster. So we're going to go ahead and take this one, because as far as I can tell, that's just a no-brainer. Look how big those cutlasses are that are spinning around. And now we got 30% speed. Pirate cutlass. Drats, and double drats. I really, really was hoping that we could get another level of our paintbrush. And we're already at 1200, so not bad. Eventually, every once in a while, we'll actually be able to get like a piggy bank, and that'll definitely help some of the income flow of the game. It just pulls money from random places and drags it to you like a magnet. It doesn't even have to be like money that's already on the map. Alright, so Jade Wand. Oh, you know what? I'm fine with that. We haven't seen this leveled up yet. Let's go see what this looks like. So if you can't see Jade Wand, it is hard to see, but it's basically like several green darts that shoot. See those darts that shoot out at me? That's Jade Wand. And this is Jade Staff. Multiple piercing beams and a fan pattern towards both sides. Oh, that's dope. That kind of reminds me of another laser-like ability this game has. But that one only shoots in the direction you're facing. This one kind of fans out both ways. That's pretty gnarly. Oh, what does it look like when you got the frenzy book? Nice. It's dealing a crap ton of damage. if we can get leveled up. There's our paintbrush. And now we'll be able to level up by killing this guy. And the cool thing is, if whenever you find an elite, it doesn't even matter if you leave like their area. They will teleport to another side of the map somewhere and stay with you until they're dead. That's really good if you're still heading toward an objective and you don't want to leave an elite behind. So jade paintbrush turned into a rainbow paintbrush, short range attack, inflicting random effects. What does that mean? Oh! Like that. I don't really know if it's doing a ton of damage, but it looks cool, and it says it's inflicting damage. Unfortunately, we can't really tell what kind of side effects it's giving to enemies, like debuff-wise. Another experience globe. I don't know how much experience there is in the map. Is it enough to give us even a level up? Yes, it was. Take another point in our staff. I always find, for the most part, it's actually more beneficial to level up your weapons over your trinkets, mostly because leveling up your trinkets isn't going to do anything but make the trinkets better, whereas leveling up your weapons, if you have the evolution corresponding, will get you an evolved weapon fairly quick. Now there's some give or take on there. If there are some trinkets that you have that are fairly strong, and there are some amazing trinkets like our Sunblade that gives us additional projectile, that's fairly strong. So I could see someone not wanting to pass up on that. Let's see. We'll take the run speed, 40%. Nice. And we are just pushing these guys out of the way. Nothing can stop us. And again, I need to constantly remind myself I need to be using my activate ability that gives me free money from corpses of dead enemies. These guys give it a bunch of XP, so it's probably worth it to try to kill these guys. They're super healthy. I could turn them into money. I wonder if I could just get a cutlass to spawn on them. Or at least spin on them. That's what I meant. Whole lot of XP. We're getting ready to level up too. There we go. I'll do homemade explosives. I do like the way homemade explosives looks when it evolves. I don't think it's particularly strong because you just throw out a whole bunch of firecrackers, but I mean, I've never really felt like the strength was there. It does look flashy though. If we get the starfish option, we're going to be taking that one next. There we go. And we're just kind of pushing our way straight to the enemy over here. We're kind of behind on it. Roughly, you want to try to kill one of these enemies before, like within every 5 minutes, kill one of the 4. We dilly-dallied a little bit, unfortunately, so we are just at the 10-minute marker and killing that one. But if we stay on it, we should still be able to clear up the other 2 easy peasy. And now we're going to be heading back to the right side. If you haven't noticed, I'm running left to right because the Glacier map is one of the only maps in the game. There really isn't a top or bottom. You can actually reach the bottom or top in just a couple of seconds. This is the only map like this. The other ones are just giant square maps. I've never actually touched the edges of them, but I have traversed them fairly well enough that I could have hit the edges. So all the maps are fairly large. That being said, I do hope that in the future there will be some like more diverse maps. Get a bomb there to clear out the enemies. Let's go ahead and... Okay, so it looks like we're going to get homemade explosives if we kill this elite right here. Let's go ahead and do that. So before, we were throwing out explosives behind us in the barrels with the homemade part. Once we get this turned into the next form, it'll just start chucking dynamite in arcs all around us. So it definitely has its merits. It is kind of cool that sometimes you can get lucky enough that if you have multiple level 5 weapons, you could technically try to benefit from multiple level ups on evolutions. We have now forbidden flasks, and now we should have additional projectiles going around us. As you can see, we now have... Oh wow, we actually have more projectiles than I thought we were. We have 7 cutlasses around us. I am not upset. That's quite the circumference. Frozen robe, or orb, oh sorry, rose. I don't know, what's wrong with me? Words are hard sometimes, I guess. We are at 3,000 gold, so we are pretty close to our objective, and we still have 8 minutes left on the clock to get what we need to get. The screen, as of course you can tell, is getting quite busy with all the enemies there. As far as I can tell, there aren't really any graphical options to kind of kill it. You just have to get used to it. That being said, it's not a game that's super hard to lose focus of. Let's see, attack duration, projectile speed, luck, attack size, thorns. I'm just going to do luck. We lose 20 maximum health, but we really haven't been taking a lot of damage. And I don't want to take the damage loss. We don't have anything that's really attack duration. And Thorns is just kind of lackluster, honestly. It's recommending it to us probably because of the fact that we have the necessary trinkets. But luck will help you get bonus drops from chests, so I feel like that's definitely the better call. Making our way to boss number 3. We should definitely hit him before we get to the 15-minute mark. And we made it to him before the 15-minute mark. Go us. And he should definitely give us our starfish upgrade. Royal starfish bounces off the screen border, leaves a harmful pool at the end of its path. Awesome. And now looks like we gotta head back left to get to our next target, or our final target. And hopefully we can collect money along the way. Let's go ahead and bob and weave through all of this. I just want to go ahead and pick up these magic, magic staff pickup so we can evolve that one. I'm not really worried about the cutlass. It's very strong. We do need to get to level 5, but it's not going to be able to evolve because you need to have completed the game or completed a match with the weapon the first time at level 5 before you can get its evolved form unlocked, essentially. It's not hard to do, just complete one mission, get that weapon to level 5, boom, unlock the weapon evolution. We got another chest over there. How lucky are we? We weigh 15. Look at all those starfish, that's all of us. Oh, and our last charm station just unlocked. Come on. I would like to get a magic wand upgrade from this. There we go. And now we can evolve this one. I think that's everything except for the cutlass, yeah? Yeah. Cool, so we are good to go. Anything after this is just a bonus upgrading. Once you've leveled up everything in your, that you have on your persons, as long as you have maxed them out, anytime you level up after that, you can choose from a variety. Actually, in the new update, there's something they changed. It used to be that you could pick from gold or health at level up, but now you actually have the ability to benefit from additional passives, making the skills you had stronger in a variety of ways, extra projectiles, damage increases, that sort of thing. So they've definitely been getting a lot of feedback, and they've definitely been improving the game in a lot of different ways. I'm sorry it feels like I've been fairly chatty this one, on this episode, but I hope that this has been fairly helpful to everybody. So we now have our third charm. Maximum health, attack duration, extra experience, plus 25% attack damage. We're taking that one. We don't get the double because we don't have the trinkets to do so, but 25% additional experience that's still good chunky change. We're destroying that elite. Take the explosive flask. Ooh, the experience orb. Check the chest. What do we get? Level up. Multiple trinket upgrades. Nice. Let's go ahead and work on enemy speed. Ooh, another experience orb. We're not going to get a lot of anything out of this one. And I didn't even realize that gold-wise, we have like close to 6,000 gold. So we've definitely met the requirements to complete this mission out. And because we've done so, I believe this will unlock a trinket for us we didn't have previously unlocked. Alright, we just destroyed this guy. That is all 5 optional bosses on the map. Oh man! We only have 2 more level ups to go before we've maxed out all the items on this character. So now all we gotta do is survive out the next 4 minutes and kill the boss, and we are gravy. Alright, there's that one. Hell, we've got another experience order. We might have killed enough enemies to actually warrant something. I really do like this character. I didn't know the Pirate Cutlass was going to be what it was, though, if I'm going to be honest. I imagined the Pirate Cutlass was going to be something we swung? Swang? Yeah, we said the same thing. Anyways, yeah. Turns out it's just hovering ghost blades. I mean, I guess that makes sense. There are a fair bit of good melee abilities that you already have at your disposal. I don't know how they would have done this and made it feel any different from what they already had established. But that being said, yeah, that's more or less how this game works. There are different difficulties and tiers in this game. Every time you tackle a new difficulty tier, there's always additional objectives. If you complete those objectives, that's how you get access to all the trinkets and whatnot that are available in the game. The game has a fairly progressive, very entertaining flow system for unlocking gear and characters. It's one of the few things I thoroughly enjoyed about this game, which is how much they're unlocked. There's like, I want to say like 60-something weapons. I may either be underselling it or overselling it. I don't actually know. We'll be able to look at that whenever we complete out this mission here in the next couple of minutes. I'll give you a showcase of kind of what's in the game already, the characters that you can get. And yeah, we can look through the menus and then we'll end the episode after that. But if you have any questions in the meantime, if you want to know more about the game before you make a purchase and you'd like to get some details, I have put a fair bit of time. I am not going to say I am a professional at this game. You know, it's a bullet hell game, honestly. But that being said, I know people have difficulty with it, and maybe you want some, tips, or you want to see a specific character played, or maybe you want to know how I did a certain thing in the game. So let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have. So Army of Ruin was the first game that I'm going to be showing footage of. I'm actually going to put an older video up in here, so I do apologize about the outdated information. It's probably about 3 or 4 weeks old. But if you see something you want me to play, or you want to see how it works, or how I did something, I'll be more than happy to try to recreate any of those specific moments in the game. I think probably the next game that I'll probably end up trying to showcase will either be... Oh god, I can only think of Space Waifu game. It just came out. Can't think of the name of it. Oh my god, what's it? Time Wasters. That's it, Time Wasters. What a good time-wasting game. Oh, I'm gonna keep it going. Money is the currency of the game. Like, that's how you get your what should we call it? Your meta buff upgrades and all that. Oh, we got a Cutlass, +5 size increase and money. Nice there. And the boss of the map will be spawning in approximately 30 seconds. And we are still lucky enough that some chests are spawning here. Where were you at when I was trying to unlock stuff? I did see there's also a turbo mode. I've never tried it. I mean, the game is already plenty fast enough for me, but obviously if you like your game's faster pace, it's probably there. So now that we've done this, it looks like we are ready to tackle the boss. The boss of this map, as many of the other bosses are, is extremely easy. He has swords rotating around him. I have swords rotating around me. We're not going to touch each other at all with our swords at all, but he's still going to die because lasers, magic orbs, poison starfish. I have options. Paintbrush of doom. I just wish, like, if there was a debuff on him, it would at least... Ooh, let's try to grab that real quick. They give us extra money for a level up. I'm gonna take it. He is almost dead. I wish there were a way to see what type of debuffs I'm striking on this enemy with this paintbrush. And that, my friends, is a completed Glacier 3 with the new character Midas and the living paintbrush. We can see the damage chart here. How did the living paintbrush hold up compared to everything? Pirate Cutlass doing mad work. We can't look at the living paintbrush up there because we did evolve it, and it will be here at the bottom. Looks like Royal Starfish, of course, being awesome, doing 1.1 million. Living paintbrush doing close to 600,000. Pirate Cutlass, yeah. So I think it's safe to say the Pirate Cutlass is pretty awesome. Jade Staff is a little underwhelming. Short fuse explosives, again, I was never really happy with that one specifically, but it turned out Jade Staff was actually the weakest of the set. Looks like maybe it needs a buff. Miracle Staff has always been a little bit low on damage, but I think that's mostly because it has a pushback. Looks like we also completed some challenges here. We unlocked the evolved form of the Pirate Cutlass, the Phantom Kopesh. Swords in a fixed position that damage and petrify nearby enemies, as well as the trinket we unlocked for completing the objective for getting 4,000 gold with homemade explosives. Gloves of Harmony, 4% damage and 5% attack size for every trinket infusing sun or moon, including this one. Okay, that's pretty cool. Like a synergistic thing. Oh yeah, I was definitely underselling the weapon count. There are currently 86 known weapons in the game, 21 characters, 48 trinkets, of which I have 43, 13 features, and I do not have all the charms equipped. You are free to actually check all these out. They kind of black them out if you don't, have them unlocked yet, but they will tell you what it takes to unlock them. These are the characters. A lot of these are palette swaps color-wise, but they all do have different skills and different abilities, and playing them will actually unlock those weapons for you to use with other characters. Here's a list of all the weapons currently in the game. I'm just going to go down the list just so you can see what they look like and know that they are vastly different from one another. There's some that kind of maybe look similar, but for the most part, these weapons are very different acting, especially when you evolve them. And there are a lot, so there is plenty to mix and match and find builds that you enjoy. Trinkets the same way, they all have different functions and features. I still am working on all those features, of course. Does like endless mode, that's how you unlock weapon evolutions, the harder difficulties, charms, elemental overloads, that sort of thing. And charms are one of the newest things in the game. And here are my last couple charms that you need to look. So you see the unlock conditions, they'll show you what to do right there. So, that being said, that's showcasing a little bit of Army of Ruin. If you like the content, you want to see more Army of Ruin here on the channel, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. Of course, it really helps me out. Or if you want to see a game, or if you want to mention a game recommendation of something you would like to see me play in the future, maybe shout out over to me on my Discord, you can follow the link to my Discord channel here in the description of this video. You'll get update content of when I post my videos live. Drop a meme recommendation, howdy howdy, or tell me something you want to see in the future. Hey, play this, or never play a Bullet Heaven, Bullet Hell game ever again. Please, I hate them. Fair enough. That being said, you guys take care, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.